This episode of Distractible is presented to you by Amazon Prime. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. And I'm into a lot. You can't look at my order history. I won't let anyone.
A lot of this show, I think, comes directly off Amazon. I think we all got our coins of fairness on there. Where'd you get your stacks of paper you scribble on, Wade?
Amazon.
Whatever it is, Prime helps you get more out of whatever passions you're into or getting into. Head to amazon.com/prime and follow your obsession wherever it goes.
Good evening, gentle listeners or watchers, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, Bemusing Bob has special friends and tasks them to play cerebral hide-and-seek. Mixing Mark gets technical about sound and Spectacular Sam, then strips off to wrestle and shake Wade. Widescreen Wade loves them both, craves a bespoke dungeon, thinks cheeky, foxy, and orky. From TikToks to Bob's Dreamscape. Yes! It's time for Hide the Penny, Part 2. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I saw you were trying to take a drink, Wade, and I said, not today.
Knocked over like both water bottles somehow in one shitty movement.
It's fine. Welcome back to another episode of Distractible, which I get to host because I won another episode. It's a miracle. Never seen the show before. I'm host. I'm going to give out points to the two competitors who are here with me, and whoever gets the most points probably wins unless they don't. And the winner gets to host the next episode. The competitor for today, this is different than usual. Today we have special guests, Mark and Wade.
We're special today? Woohoo!
You special boys. You're my special lads, you know?
Aw.
You feel special? You look special.
Thank you.
I have an episode prepared. Should be a good one. Mark's ready. Mark's excited about it. I couldn't tell how Wade felt about it, but we may have discussed it ahead of time. It's okay, because I didn't tell him there's a twist isn't fair. There's some funny stuff coming in the episode. It'll be fine. It'll be really fun. Mark, don't look like that. You're excited for this one. You told me so yourself.
What great foreshadowing.
I'm excited.
Mark's real smile, everybody.
It's that thumbnail face from way back when.
But before we get into the incredibly fun and definitely not stressful episode, how's it go? Small talk? You guys got any small talk? Any new stuff? Any old stuff?
I am going to build a sound mixing theater.
Is this going to the same bathroom as the render farm?
Yeah, I've always thought that the whirring of server fans was good for mixing audio in, just the constant.
It helps generate a lot of buzz.
Wait, what was I doing in the last episode?
Editors, cut out my bottom half of my mouth and make me laugh.
Wow, what a laugh, Mark. Never would have expected that from you.
I'm full of surprises, man. So if I ever want to, say, make something and not have to go through the post-production pipeline, which has many headaches, is good for some reasons, not good for many others that I think need to be addressed down the road, but that's a whole other conversation that I'll talk about once I do the decompress after the end of this movie coming out. But I'm making a sound mixing theater, and it's actually the requirements for making a Dolby Atmos sound mixing room is not as much as you think it is. The dimensions for the room only need to be 10 feet wide, 11 feet long, 8 feet tall, which is about the standard. I mean, this room that I'm in,
that's just like a normal room size, isn't it? That's not that crazy.
Yeah, but it's also the inside of the speaker area, so the speakers count against the size. So if you have like a 10-foot room and you have, 6-inch thick ass speakers,
like 10 by 12 is like, that's a big room, but that's like a normal room size. Like a lot of bedrooms are like 10 by 12, 10 by 15 sort of area. That's doable.
And so getting the speakers are probably the most expensive part of that, because if you want good quality speakers, you need 7.1.4 minimum, which is a front, two front sides, two rear sides, and then 4 on the corners in the bottom, and then 1 bass. You have a sub. And so that's it. And then you have it going into an Atmos interface. It's some money, but it's not as much as I thought it would. I thought it'd be like tens of thousands of dollars, but you can get some pretty decent monitors, audio monitors.
Assuming you have so you make this room, is it a thing where you you tune it to your ear, so like a real experienced sound engineer just sits in the room and is like, ooh, it needs a little bit more? Or is it like there are microphones in the room or something, and it's literally like tuned to frequencies into microphone type deal?
Yeah, you could get your expert in there and they could do it, but the interfaces that you can buy come with a microphone sometimes, and you put that in the center of the room where you're going to be mixing. You let it run some sounds, it'll do. I mean, even TVs nowadays sometimes have this auto calibration. Wade, probably your theater that you have kind of has something similar, I'm sure.
And he totally knows how it works and has used it. Yeah.
There are speakers and there is a projector that probably work in tandem in some way.
In some way, some mysterious way. It shakes the candelabras on your walls many times. I noticed that when I was in
It's very shaky. It kind of sounds like a train's going through sometimes.
Yeah.
Sounds like a 1996 Honda Civic EX with a sound system in the trunk is driving past.
It turns out the projector is using a 1996 Honda engine to run. I pour gas. I want to watch a movie. I get the gasoline in the projector and we... You remember Hondas in the 90s, man, with their pull chain starting engines.
Those old pull start Honda Civic engines. Oh yeah.
I mean, in a way, that's how Grok gets its power, you know, all those gas stairs outside. Just, you know, Elon himself has to go out and like... but really, I already have the computers. All I need is audio interface, the speakers, mount them up. I have another TV that I already have a TV that I'm going to move into that space. And it's like, boom, done. You have it.
Do you have to treat the room? Is that part of it?
Yeah, you do. But I have a lot of, I right now, the worst thing is we're kind of doing this ourselves, but we cut open the walls and we pulled out any old insulation. We put in this like rock wool insulation, which is like super dense, sound resistant. And then you cover up the walls and I'm going to put some thin panels on it. I don't intend to be listening it at theater volume anyway, but you need some treatment to reduce any kind of reverberation in there, so it can be clean. Because you want to not have the sound be from the reverb of the room and the audio monitors to replicate the reverb that you want in the space that it's going to be in.
I don't know why I can't picture this without thinking of the Shia LaBeouf video where he's just like clapping at the end. I picture him clapping every time you do anything with sound mixing, where like when it goes well, he's just...
I don't know why you're picturing that either.
Makes sense.
It doesn't take all that much. So you have that. I have the computers. You just need to wire everything up, put the soundproofing on, and then the speakers. So all in all, it's like those aren't cheap, but they're not nearly as expensive. You think they would be, especially if you get like used ones. So I think, yeah, it'll be fun to have that for real, like a legit. Because I've always had and mixed everything I've ever done on this pair of headphones and the same pair of $99 Bose speakers I've had since I started YouTube. So I'm not used to having quality audio.
Oh wait, do you have the what are they called? The silver Bose sit on your desk speakers? Is that what you have?
They're black, and they have a knob on the front right one. You know, well, there's only two.
I have the silver model of that one. That I think they're actually Mandy's. I think they were Mandy's from like college.
They're pretty good.
I literally have a black pair of Bose speakers as well. I got these from Micro Center probably 10 years ago.
That's probably where I got it.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Yeah, but they sound consistent, and you know, I haven't had a need to go higher from just plug in 3.5 into your computer is a pretty big jump. Like you have to have your own power supply to it, and then you start an audio interface, and it gets too complicated. I don't want any of that. Just give me stereo, I'm fine. But for Atmos, you do need to have some surround ability.
No, that's really cool. That'll be. Do you get to pick like to your ear? Do you get to pick like, I know this is mixed to whatever the spec is, but I want to tweak it this little bit kind of deal? Or is it really like it just balances it based on the frequencies and there's like a specific spec that it needs to be mixed to for that purpose?
There probably is, but from what I understand is with, you know, audio mixing in general, you do it to your ears. The Atmos requirement is just so that it can take your rendered out audio and place it in a space where any kind of scale of theater, the number of speakers goes up, it could still position the audio correctly from which speakers or which combination of speakers to replicate the position. So that's why you need floor and ceiling speakers for your mixing room, so you can get the full surround, both front to back and then top to bottom is what you need. Yeah.
So like you could have Bohemian Rhapsody going in like the front left, be like, little high, Little love.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you could have every word front back really disorient people. Front back, front back, front back, front back.
That still like gets me when I just do like the one ear thing, but like having it like
Every other word just like zips around. You're sitting in the middle, like, ah.
So I want people to watch my stuff in the theater.
why is the roar behind me if the monster's in front?
It's like a Bertolt Brecht film mixed to be as unpleasant as physically possible.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And by me building it, I mean I'm gonna get actually Sam, podcast editor Sam, to build it.
Sam, you done with this episode yet?
Yeah, come on, Sam, chop chop. I want my speakers.
Convert Mark's 12 by 12 bathroom into a good old speaker room.
It's a normal room. It's a perfectly normal room.
We all know you're a man. Yeah.
I am a man with 12 bathrooms. All of them gotta change. Whoever built this house.
Couldn't walk 10 feet without taking another shit. Maybe they should have just seen a doctor instead of building a custom house.
I haven't seen the master bathroom in 6 weeks.
Well, Wade, what kind of home renovations are you doing? Are you building anything high tech?
We have a mini fridge that broke. We got to replace it.
That's annoying. I bet it's built into a thing, and I bet you need one that's exactly the right size, and I bet that's going to be hard to find.
They still make this exact model, so we'll probably just get the same model and just kind of swap in and out. Probably pretty easy and boring, but right now it says it's cooling, but it's 72 degrees in there, so it's not really a cool fridge.
I mean, it could be hotter.
I was thinking a room. I'm like, that's a perfectly reasonable temperature. And then you said fridge. I remembered. Oh, yeah, wait, no, that's not.
But it tells me it's cold. It's like, oh man, it's pretty cold in here, boss. You sure you want to lower it? Yeah, man, I'd really like to see 70 degrees. That'd be crazy. Okay, so I still have like ideas of things I want to do. Like I still want to have a really, really awesome like gaming table, like D&D room set up. But I don't know if this is, I don't know if I'm going to do it here, if we're ever going to move again, but I also am not going to do it while we still have a cat who's on the decline and pottying everywhere, because it's like I don't want to redo flooring with that going on. So I'm kind of on hold still on that. It was a weird time. I got a text from Molly right then as if she knew I was putting like bad juju in the air.
Well, Mark wins the small talk. That's pretty good. Just fascinating stuff coming from Mark's end over here.
Yep.
Mark, you win life. You have better life than me.
Yeah, much cooler life.
I'm just too busy being like tall and boring. I don't know.
Mark's just gonna let that slide. All right.
Went over his head.
No, I just, I went over. I take the good with the bad,
That's Mark's other laugh. Editors, put that one in earlier.
This episode is brought to you by Uber. You know that feeling when someone shows up for you just when you need it most? That's what Uber is all about.
Like when Wade's house was flooding and falling to pieces all around him, and you showed up just when he needed you to, so you could film it and exploit it for views on the internet?
No.
Whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way, so you can be on yours. Uber, on our way to your house, Wade.
We're gonna play a classic. We're gonna play Hide the Penny again.
Oh,
Yay!
fuck. If I remember right, I got my ass kicked on this last time.
Honestly, you both did pretty well. The last one just really screwed you over because you hid your penny right where I done hid my penny.
I didn't even see it when I hit it. It was right there in front of me.
All right, so if you didn't listen to the first one of these, I think all three of us really enjoyed the first episode, and I highly recommend it, Hide the Penny. But the way this game works is, it's in the theater of the mind. It's in our imaginations. But we're going to be traveling to different locations and different settings, and when we arrive at each new setting, I'm going to give Mark and Wade a penny, and I'm going to have a penny. Each of us is going to find a place inside of whatever setting I set up to hide our penny. And if you find your opponent's penny, if Mark finds Wade's or Wade finds Mark's, that's a point. And whoever finds my penny, that's a point. And if you hide your penny in the exact same place as I did, that's really bad for you for some reason. That would seem like a really cool thing that might be worth extra points, but somehow that's way worse. But anyway, I've got some new. Last time the settings were it turned out fun, but the settings were like, I don't know, I want to say normal. They were pretty fine. I tried to push it a little bit on this one, and I hope that these settings will be a little bit more interesting, and you'll have to be...
I don't remember the second setting from last time. I remember the first and the third.
There was the coffee shop.
Yep.
And there was the dorm room.
Jungle Cafe.
And then there was the haunted house, grandma's house or whatever, the haunted house. Yeah, the coffee shop had the train and there was a lot of stuff going on in the coffee shop. We arrive at our first destination. I pull out 3 pennies. I hand one to Mark and one to Wade, and I keep one. We're in a room where almost supernaturally you can't see anything except for 2 identical looking coffins sitting on the floor in front of us. Each of you will be getting into one of these coffins, but before you do that, you will be hiding your penny in the coffin that your opponent will be getting into. My penny is magical and will be in the same location in both coffins. So both of you have an equal opportunity to attempt to find my penny.
And the penny has to be intact, not modified.
You don't have access to any tools or anything, but if you are physically strong enough with just your bare hands and teeth...
Wait, we've access to bare arms?
I'll give you a point, even though I don't want to, but... No, just your regular human arms.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it's like in real life, you could, if you did it right, you could probably like bend a penny, right? But I don't think you could really like break a penny or bite it in half in a meaningful way. I don't think there's much you could do without any tools or anything.
Is this a wooden coffin or like a coffin that's like elaborate, got like the cloth inside?
It's a very nice high-end coffin. It's made of cherry wood, so it's got a nice sort of reddish outside. The inside is lined with very lovely velvet. Mark's is red and black, and Wade's is black and red on the inside. Totally different. Don't worry about it. And a lot of these coffins have like, there's like a pillow. It's very cushioned and comfortable looking. There's like there's slots sometimes to put little mementos in for if you're doing like an open casket thing.
I sent you where mine is.
Mark just knows.
I hop in the coffin.
Wait, still.
I want to start looking. Am I getting a head start?
Wait, have you hidden yours yet?
I'm not sent him where I've hidden it yet, but yeah, go ahead, look away. Tell me what areas you've ruled out. I'll hide it there after the fact.
Oh, and I was gonna say the way this is gonna start is once both of you have hidden your pennies, I'm gonna prompt you. You're gonna climb into the coffin, and I'm gonna shut the lid. And yeah, Wade, whenever you're decided, Mark DM'd me in the separate chat where his is. So once Wade's is hidden.
Oh, I'm messaging you right now.
For fairness, I'm going to write down where I'm hiding mine.
Look at both of ours first to make sure that you copy one of them.
I had mine picked out already. Okay, so calm down.
Yeah, I know hard feelings about last time, but like,
I will say, one of you already did pick the same spot as me, so we'll deal with that when we get to it. But
we both just guess our spot immediately.
So you both get in the coffins. Also, I'm gonna say there's light in the coffin, so don't get too buried in the details. You're not in a darkness where you can't see. You could see a little bit. You're still in a coffin. It's still close and closed. When I close the lids, there's some light emanating from somewhere. You're not going to suffocate. It's okay. I'm not going to bury you.
But we could, like a ticking clock, like if we don't find it, we die kind of thing. You know, that'd be fun.
I mean, if you don't find it, you don't get to get out of the coffin. So I guess eventually you'll die.
All right.
Oh, I should probably pick who gets to go first. Heads, Marcus first. Tails, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
He said it.
It was Tails. And obviously what I meant was Tails, Wade wins. So Wade, you get the first move.
That's right.
You have both hidden your pennies, and I have hidden the exact same penny in the exact same place in both coffins because of magic. Don't question it. Wade, what do you do?
All right, I start feeling the sides of the coffin for side panels.
Like the bottom, around the bottom part of it, you're feeling around your body and stuff?
Like where my arms and legs, the side.
There are some like pouches sort of sewn in where for people to tuck in, you know, cards or flowers or whatever. There are some pouches along the sides.
I find Mark's penny there. Tell me that.
Well, that's actually what I had. What's what Mark wrote down is Wade finds my penny when he says he found it.
Yes.
Those are empty. This is not a funeral for you, so nobody came to put mementos in your coffin. It's just an empty coffin.
All right. Remembering the haunted house, I check in, under, and around my own eyes to make sure he didn't slip one past me.
After a careful examination of your eyes, you can confirm that there are no pennies in, under, or around them, and you can still see out of both eyes.
Well, shit, in that case, let me check behind my ears, make sure he's not pulling one of the magician tricks.
No, there are no pennies behind your ears, Wade, but that's a good...
Fuck, I wouldn't think about my body. Yeah, my body.
Check my pockets. Maybe he slipped it in.
You feel around in all the different pockets that you have in your pants, and the pockets are all empty.
There's a false compartment in the top of this coffin where it was closed. I'm gonna feel around the top of the coffin.
So you're like pushing up on the lid and stuff?
Oh yeah, I'm like full like Evil Dead when it looks like the old person's like having a rave, but I'm doing that with the coffin lid, trying to find that penny.
There's no secret compartment, but you notice that every time you push on the lid, it lifts up.
Good, that's a good, very lid thing I like to do.
I try to start rolling from one side to the other of the coffin. And I don't want to tip it, but maybe my immense strength causes me to tip it. But I'm listening. I'm listening for any kind of like other rattling besides wood creaking, like a penny sliding or something like that.
That's interesting. I like that strategy. You don't hear a penny on anything hard.
Okay, so nothing like no sliding anything other, just the coffin creaking.
No metal sliding around or bouncing around. You just hear normal coffin-y sounds, and the penny must be somewhere soft.
Mark's a real weirdo. I'm gonna take off my shoes and see if he put them in my shoes or by my feet and toes. That little monster, you know he'd go there.
I'm so low to the ground, you never saw me slip in there.
I've never been in a coffin, but I'm gonna guess that's relatively hard to do. You struggle to get your shoes on, socks off without being able to really reach your feet, but you do, and you can't really see much, but you don't see a penny or anything down in your shoes or in your socks.
I've checked all the marked places already. My ears, my feet, the roof. Where else? What's left?
Mark didn't hide anything anywhere else ever. That's for sure.
All right, so in it's cushioned on the lining, and then there's a pillow, right? Is there a pillow?
Yep.
I checked the pillow.
I picked the pillow up and you inspect it, and there is a case on it. You dig around. There is nothing but pillow in there. There's no little hard bits or anything. Just pillow.
I guess I could be laying on the penny, so I'm gonna try to like flip over and feel all the bottom.
There are no pennies that you can feel in the bottom of the coffin, assuming that you're feeling very meticulously around.
I got bare feet, so I can feel my feet, feel my hands. There's so many places in a coffin. I feel like you can hide a penny.
You would think.
How's my tummy? Does it feel upset at all? Like someone might have slipped it in a meal that I had prior to this? I relax and I get in tune with myself. I try to feel if I feel any kind of weird. I know myself so well.
You relax and you become very self-aware, and you don't notice anything weird with your head. You don't feel anything weird in your chest or with your tummy. You notice something weird as you're working your way down, and then you get down to your legs, and your legs are feeling okay, and your feet seem fine. You did feel something was kind of off, sort of in the middle somewhere there. Tummy seems okay, but there's something weird.
I should have asked whether this was inside or outside. I dive into my own stomach. I rip my abdomen open.
You shrink yourself and magic school bus your way into your own body.
I shrink my top half and go into my bottom half.
Carlos! Okay, I don't know where Mark hid his, but I know Bob got me a few episodes back by spitting things out of his mouth. So I'm gonna just go all in my mouth and feel around, lift up my tongue, check my throat, between the cheekies and the jawline.
Somehow you fit your whole fist into your mouth and you really get in there.
Don't tempt me.
There's nothing in your mouth. You're good. I guess, Wade, you do notice in all of your tossing around, again, you hear the lid sort of like plunk, plunk. Every time you like bump the lid, you notice the lid seems to move.
I strip completely, shoving, like taking off my clothes one at a time, shoving it towards the bottom.
Eat them.
Checking I check between my cheeks and also around that area just to make sure, just a sense, feel some.
Almost as if you're in a cartoon, you start taking your clothes off and everything slows down and some very horny music starts playing, and then suddenly you find yourself naked and you're just like feeling yourself and you're really good. And when your hands finally reach down betwixt your cheeks, you feel the familiar knurled edge of your little copper friend wedged right in there. Wade, I didn't understand exactly what you meant, but Wade's hiding place was, my penny is on its edge where a person's butt would be, so that when they lay down, it slips between their cheeks.
Yeah, it would be technically on the outside of their clothes, but like, I'll give it to you.
I was imagining it like it's made its way in just to make it. But yeah, so you find Wade's penny between your cheeks, which you said explicitly.
Yes! Man, how'd you get it in there?
Wade knows a lot about angles and stuff. Yeah.
I like to get in my coffins by jumping in and landing butt first as hard as I can.
I knew you would.
Yeah, well, I the more now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of get what you meant, but I was like, maybe he balanced it right on the edge of the coffin on the wood, thinking that like Mark would sit on the wood and then I was like, if you sit on a penny on a hardwood surface, that's gonna go into things, or I don't know. Anyway, Mark, you are now permitted to exit your coffin, but
Okay.
my penny is still up for grabs somewhere.
I'm going to try to throw the lid open that I feel like has had some play to it and say, Bob?
Hand me his penny, please.
You throw the lid open way too violently, and it just goes. And I look at you very unamused, and I say, it wasn't locked. Coffins don't lock. You could have immediately just pushed the lid open casually and sat upright because it doesn't lock. It's just a box with a hinged lid. So your coffin is now open. I will say, did you open like the top half? Because usually the lid is in two parts. And
It was just the top half, yeah.
so you open the top half and you're now like sitting up out of your coffin. You didn't technically look for anything. Do you want to do a search action before we move?
Oh, I asked you for his penny, assuming he gave it to you.
I don't have Mark's penny. I have no pennies on me.
So I can look for yours, Bob, right?
Yeah, you're still looking, Mark. You can now. You only have mine to find.
All right. I open both lids
Damn, that's smart.
and I check where mine would be and also the opposite one. Or any and all.
All right, Mark. We hid our pennies in exactly the same place.
God damn it. I never thought about the outside of the coffin.
Which, as you know, is really bad news for you.
For me?
Historically, the one historical record we have of this, when Wade and I hid our pennies in the same place, he got no extra points whatsoever.
I also didn't guess that place, but
Yeah, but I guessed where the both of them were. I benefited greatly from it. That's what won me the episode.
But Bob did say at the beginning of this that he hid his in the same spot as one of us.
He did say that, and I assumed it would be bad for the person who didn't get it there, but
You know what? Who knows if it's good or bad? The coin knows.
Oh, shit. We'll find out later, I guess.
is the handshake deal coming to face? Mark can't win. Is that what this is?
I don't think I'm winning right now if it makes you feel any better. You got this.
I don't know if I'm winning. He said it was very bad for me.
I haven't found shit. At the very least, assuming you have 0 points, I also have 0 points, and you won the...
I can't have 0. How can I have 0?
Well, I didn't tell you where mine was, so unless you think it's unfair, Mark, he can still find both pennies, right? Theoretically.
I went first, so I would say it doesn't make sense for me to get another chance, probably, because then what would he do with his next turn?
Yeah, it's like if he finds both, then it's like there's no benefit to do it. I don't know. I don't know. What do you want?
When Mark found my penny, both versions of it re-emerged into one singular penny. You're right, buddy.
Okay.
You found it, and that's good for somebody. So my penny has disappeared. Wade, you have one more opportunity to find Mark's penny. You are now sitting up with half of the coffin open.
Can I see in this room now that I'm out of the coffin?
You can see everything about your coffin. You're just surrounded by a completely empty abyss everywhere else.
Okay, so I can't see Mark in his coffin.
Sure, you can see Mark in his coffin. There's nothing there for you.
Okay, well, that place he just looked, I want to look there too. It seemed to go okay or bad for him.
Either way, I'm imagining the coffins are next to each other. Either way, either you were looking from the side where Mark's lid was open, blocking your view, or you were looking from the side where your lid was open, blocking your view. So you couldn't directly see him, but you saw Mark open both of his coffin lids and then sort of look around on the top area of his coffin and then hold up my penny and go, "Ha ha, bitches," and get out of his coffin or whatever he said.
Yeah.
So you didn't actually see exactly what he did, no matter the orientation here. But I guess that gives you the clue that it's somewhere in the top-ish part of the coffin, theoretically.
I don't know what you all are picturing with a coffin. I'm picturing like a very smooth, like, I don't know, black polished surface with some like metal poles where the pallbearers can carry it. So I'm gonna search the tips of the parts the pallbearer would grab.
So like the handles on the sides.
Yeah, handles is a good word for that.
You may examine all of the handles all in one action, because there's nothing there for you to find anyway.
Fuck.
Mark and I both chose to hide our pennies in the hinge. When the coffins, before we were in the coffins, I think Mark and I both assumed they'd be sitting there open, and both of us set our pennies on the hinge side, and then we got in, you guys got in, and we closed them, so the pennies were located, sandwiched in the hinge side, and yeah. Good job, Mark. You found both pennies.
Which is super good for me, right? Yippee.
All right, on to the next setting. Whoosh, the coffins are all gone. We're no longer in the abyss.
Whoa, where'd they go?
You take a deep breath. You smell the crisp moistness of a delightful forest scene. We are standing in the middle of a very green, very verdant, forested area. It is enclosed by a magical and invisible force field that makes the area approximately 20 feet by 20 feet, but it goes all the way up. So it's the trees are as tall as the trees are. This is a very like old growth forest. The trees are mossy. There's vines hanging. There's logs and rocks on the ground. There are no, there's no like creeks or anything. There's no moving water. There are like bugs buzzing around and little creatures of the forest doing whatever they're doing. It's like a very beautiful, very idyllic, green, lush, forested area. I pull out the 3 pennies. I give you both a penny. I do what I do with mine, and it is hidden. Both of you may now invent wherever you would like to hide your things.
Got it. Sent.
Wade got to go first last time, so it's only fair that Mark gets to go first this time.
Oh, I almost just said the word.
All right. So we're 20 feet by 20 feet, tall trees, lots of moss, wooded area, nature in general. No creek, you said?
Yeah, there's no like running water or anything. It's
I'm gonna get a lay of the land first and try to like just do a first pass. I'm gonna go from one corner to the other corner and just kind of like turning my head, looking, just generally trying to get a first sweep.
You sort of take note of all the trees and there's rocks and logs on the ground and everything, and you have pretty good visibility. There's definitely a couple areas where maybe there's something you could peek under, but you don't see any glints of anything metallic. You get a good first pass, but you don't find a penny.
I want to befriend a local fox and have this fox help me sniff out the location of the penny if it's on the ground floor.
Okay.
Does he have that ability? Do I have that ability?
Snow White fucking did it. Anything I can't.
Wade kneels down and just sort of gestures out towards the fox, and the fox comes up very inquisitively to him and sniffs his fingers and looks up and meets his gaze, and then the fox says,
Yeah?
I offer him some food, and I tell him, like, hey, smell this penny? If you can find another one of these, I got plenty more of this where that came from.
Whoa. You just have food and a penny in your pockets? What are we doing here?
Who doesn't, man? I'm going to the woods. I need a snack.
I think I know where Wade's penny is.
All right. Wade offers the fox some food, and the fox is like, cool, sick, and eats it. And then Wade holds out the penny and is like, can you find anything that smells like this? And the fox is all, that's kind of a dog trick, but and he smells it. The fox proceeds to sort of start rooting around. He doesn't search the entire area in this one move, but he starts searching and finds shit. He's rooting around. He's sniffing all over the ground. He's sniffing in little whatevers.
His family wants to eat. He'll find it.
Didn't find anything yet. But now you apparently recruited a fox to your side.
That's damn. I'm thinking outside the box this time. I'm thinking unhinged.
Okay, I got this. Immediately after Wade sends the fox on his way, he hears a rising from the darkness of the far side of the woods. Just hearing stomp, 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 stomp. Me bursting through the brush.
Why are you in my woods?
I run full body tackle him. Ah!
How'd you get to my Bob's chamber?
Oh, are we in separate boxes?
No, we're all in one big area together here. This is not separate.
What the fuck? He's gonna kill me!
Full on, I'm horizontal right into his midsection.
You're trying to search Wade for his pennies.
Yeah.
You search Wade and he has a bunch of random shit in his pockets, including unrelated pennies. He just brought pennies with him to this penny game that we're playing.
It's like a copper wire, just a coppery smell. I don't want to cheat.
He has fashioned a copper wire into a penny. You fool!
It says this is real on it.
I didn't cut that off for being a possibility, I guess. So Wade,
But I did some damage, right? I feel like I did some,
Oh, you took at least 3 of my HPs.
yeah, you knocked the wind out of Wade, and he's definitely, you're gonna be sore and have a hard. you're gonna have some debuffs to your movement and agility stuff for a minute here. So also, Mark might have turned into he who. What's that guy's name? Ehu?
Yeah, he who. By the way, I was also naked.
Mark gets naked in these every single time, so
He's a nakedist.
nudist?
That's probably the word.
All right, Wade, you're in a little bit of pain and you're catching your breath. What do you do now?
All right, my fox friend is searching the ground level here. But Mark is crafty. He's low to the ground. I'm going to start digging and try to find like a big old mole hole and see if Mark hit it in like a nice little mole spot, you know? I'm thinking here above the ground, but no, he probably went below the dirt where the moles are.
The Wade on his hands and knees just starts digging, and you find the edge of what you
tackled
think
me here for a reason.
is some kind of burrow. You find a tunnel and you follow that. And you dig deeper until you find a main chamber, and you dig, and all of a sudden you've exposed this huge main chamber of a family of bunnies burrow, and you rip the roof off like you're some sort of terrible monster, and all the bunnies look up at you and they're all terrified, and the dad yells, "Get the kids out of here! I'll stall him!" And he gets ready to fight you, and then there's no pennies in there though, so that's fine.
And then I yell to the fox, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, fox!"
Oh my god.
And I start tumbling the rabbit.
The mother and the babies frantically scurrying away towards the edge of the force field. The dad leaps at you and kicks you in the face, damaging your eyesight and lowering your ability to spot things at a distance, and then starts running away himself, but he's way far behind his family. The mother and the children pass through the magical force field because they're harmless creatures, but the dad is too slow, and the fox just gets one of his legs and then tears him apart. This causes the fox to stop searching for the penny for a while because he's currently dismantling and consuming the father of this family that you made exist for some reason.
Well, you made them exist. I just dug for moles.
Ah, you're the one who dug into their home.
I was looking for moles.
The dad bunny dies. His wife and children escape. The fox is going to be very full and satiated, but is out of commission for at least a round or two eating.
That's the same way my dad went. It's fine.
Didn't find a penny in the home that you have now destroyed that the bunnies used to live in.
I thought for sure is where Mark would put it.
All right. I, frothing at the mouth, scream to the heavens, cursing the moon and anyone above me for its height, leaping 20 feet into the air up into the nearest tree, and then I grab onto it with my claws and I just start hopping from tree to tree. But I'm looking around as I'm hopping.
As you're hopping from tree to tree, foaming in the mouth. On one of the trees, you hop and you grab the tree, and before you're about to hop again, a tiny glint of copper catches your eye. In the hollowed out knot of the tree where a squirrel seems to be living, it looks like somehow there are also 2 pennies. Mark's feral instincts immediately fade as he remembers what we're really doing here. He reaches into the squirrel's nest and finds both mine and Wade's pennies.
Dude, this is a fucking joke. He's not come down yet. Can the fox and I team up to fucking kill him and take the pennies?
Good luck catching.
Mark, where's your fucking penny? Why are you so good at hiding pennies, you son of a bitch?
It's your own hubris working against you. It's your own hubris.
You're thinking big whenever you can only do small.
Mark is in the tree, victoriously holding both pennies. Wade is standing over the home that he just destroyed. Because it's suddenly your last turn, the fox ate really fast and got really concerned about Mark violently leaping from tree to tree above him. So he gave up on eating the bunny and was like,
will finding the penny stop that, man?
And so he's back.
Yes.
He's looking in. The fox hunts aggressively because he's terrified of feral Mark. He sniffs a lot of the ground.
I do too.
You're both looking in the same areas, or
No, God, no. I'm just real sniffy.
So let Bob help you here for a second. Let Bob.
No, I got this. I got you, Bob.
the fox is looking all over the ground. So where does Wade look?
All right, Mark went to the tops of the trees. Fox went to the ground. I went below ground. What we've not looked at is like halfway up the tree where maybe like birds' nests and things like that are.
Sure.
And that's stupid. Mark would never go there. So I'm going to go all the way up to like where a cloud is and see if Mark maybe hid it in the clouds. I'm going from small to real big.
Wade imagines that Mark hid his penny in the clouds, and he just goes, oh, and starts lifting up into the air, high into the clouds, as high as you want to go. And you look around, and somehow, despite the fact that you're supposed to be injured from Mark's tackle, and your eyes are supposed to be injured from a bunny kicking you in the face, you can see everything in the clouds. And there are no pennies there.
Is there a cloud shaped like a penny?
No, they're all cloud shaped.
I should have gone with that bird's nest level I was really thinking of, but
Yeah, you really should have.
The fox also does not find a penny anywhere on the ground floor of the area.
all right, not the cloud. I should have gone to space.
Oh, all right, Wade, you did not successfully find Mark's penny. Mark tied his penny to a string, with the other end of which he then tied to the biggest dragonfly he could find. And dragonflies are not that robust, so Mark's penny was literally just dangling somewhere just above eye level on a dragonfly that could barely move. If you had looked anywhere even kind of straight ahead, I would have given you that you saw it and that you could casually walk over to the slow moving dragonfly and just go doink and grab the penny. It was literally, you spawned into this game and the penny was like right here flying away from you slowly, and you were like, where is it? Where is it?
I'm gonna dig to the mold, people. I'm really going for that self-sabotage point at the end.
Man, I have one more. All right, yeah, one more. We're gonna do one more.
Make it quick. Quick turns.
I really like this one.
All right, quick turns. Yeah.
The last setting is that we all find a sketchy warehouse and lay down on some rusty looking chairs and put the IVs into our arms, and then our chemist pushes the button and we are all sucked into Bob's subconscious in an Inception style joint dream session. We are in my mind, but we are all three there. And because you two are not from my mind, my subconscious, which populates all the other characters around us, becomes increasingly suspicious of you the weirder that you act and the more that you stand out.
I'm fucked. I start digging.
So we are currently on a busy street corner. You know the scene where they're sitting in the cafe on the corner in Paris in the Inception movie? We're sitting at a table, each of us with a coffee in front of us at that cafe. The setting is that corner. It's like a street. There's people walking. There's cars going. The setting is confined here. It's a dream. So dreamily, there's nothing outside of our little cafe area. And you can't really go inside the cafe either. The setting is this street area, this outdoor seating area. And on this one, every action that you take, the wilder it is, the more outrageous it is, the more violent and suspicious my subconscious will get. So if you just magically start hovering into space, or if you start talking to a fox and he talks back to you, that's probably going to stick out a little bit. I give you both your pennies. I take my penny and hide your pennies. Send me the message and let us.
It's just a street corner. We're limited to that.
Yeah, so it's like tables and chairs on a cafe setting, and then there's like a sidewalk, and like you could go into the sewer, into the street, but there is traffic, but there's no going like beyond the street. It's sort of like the area just around us and outside of the building. There's no interior here. That part isn't populated in the dream that we're in.
Oh no.
Oh no, which one are you laughing at?
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, it's your turn. You get to go first.
All right. I turn to Mark and I say, hey, where'd you hide your penny?
What do you say, Mark?
Same place we all did.
I check behind my ears again.
You find no pennies behind your ears.
I mirror every Wade's movement.
You check his ears or your ears?
My
you
ears.
check-
I'm
okay.
mirroring everything he's doing, like trying to mess him up by like copying his movements exactly.
Wade's unsettled a little bit, and you don't find any pennies either, Mark.
We're at like a cafe. I'm going to go inside the cafe and look on the front counter where there's probably a thing for a leave a penny, take a penny. And I'm going to look for pennies this time.
I would stop you right there and say that I said multiple times pretty explicitly, there is no inside of this cafe.
The outside of this cafe where the counter is.
There is a cash register outside suddenly, and I will give you that they do have a take a penny, leave a penny tray. And I will also give you that there are only Euro pennies, no US dollar pennies, American penny, whatever. There's just normal stuff in there. No, you remember what I did last time, but no, just
Okay.
none of our pennies are in the take penny, leave a penny. Mark,
Under the table.
you look thoroughly under the table.
Yep. Under the chairs, under everything, at the bottom. If he thinks so low of me that he thinks I hide everything down, I get on the ground. I go, start crawling around under the table.
Mark crawls around under the table, grunting and making weird noises.
Wait, not that weird. Wait, no, perfectly normally.
He said he was pretty weird.
Mark crawls around under the table, making exactly the noises that you actually made, which was something like... And you don't find any pennies, and the people walking by on the sidewalk are kind of like, But they keep going.
I'm going to go pat my buddy Bob on the back and then try to discreetly frisk him, thinking that maybe the pennies are on him.
I let you feel me however you want, wherever you want. There are no pennies anywhere within me. The passers-by do see you just sort of groping the shit out of me while I'm sitting next to you at the cafe and are kind of like, all right, get a room, but no pennies.
No penny.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, Mark, on the ground, drawing attention to himself.
I get up and I sit back down and I act really casually.
Yep.
Take a sip of my coffee.
Okay.
And then I try to lower the star rating of the suspicious.
He's using a round to lower his wanted level.
Okay. Yeah, you're being so normal right now. Everyone is like, wow, I don't even see that guy. He's so normal. And their suspicion fades a little bit.
Speaking better French than I do in real life, I asked some of the locals around if they've seen oui penny. Yes, penny. If you...
Yeah, well, okay, so this is my subconscious. So I don't speak French. Wade turns and grabs the arm of a passerby and says, "Oh, oui, penny, je ne peux pas." And the guy just looks at him and is like, "What the fuck, dude? Stop." And like bats your hand away and keeps walking. And everyone in the surrounding area saw that interaction and was like, and their suspicion grows about Wade a little bit.
Wade, what the fuck are you doing, Wade?
Oui, penny, Mark.
Shut up.
That guy shouldn't be here.
Wade's outburst draws a lot of eyes to our whole table right now.
I too can play at that game. Hey, everybody, he's not real. He's not real. Get him, get him, get him.
I point at someone nearby me and go, yeah, that guy isn't real.
All the pedestrians in the surrounding area all stop like robots and turn and face Wade specifically as Mark stands and points at Wade.
I wasn't standing. No, I didn't stand. I was still coffee.
Okay, as Mark sits and casually, very normally points at Wade and says, he's not real. And they all stare at Wade like they're trying to decide if they think he's real or not.
I make normal Wade jokes in ways Bob would interpret me, and he's like, yeah, he's got to be real.
Make one right now or it doesn't work.
Me, not real. More like, I don't have a follow-up.
Sadly, that is 100% accurate. Everyone goes back to whatever they were doing and continues walking away.
You know that's something I would say and do.
How about this? I look around.
Wow, what a concept.
Why do we never do that?
Mark looks around. You see a number of tables going off in both directions. There are people sitting at their tables reading newspapers. You see us sitting at our table with our coffees in front of us. You don't see any copper penny things that really catch your eye. You don't see anything that looks obviously out of place, but you have more of a sense of your surroundings right now.
Okay. I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
No, there's nothing that looks like it's been moved or disheveled or anything that looks out of place. Everything feels like it should.
I walk back over, browse the people's newspapers as I pass by to see if maybe one of them has a penny tucked into their daily reading.
You walk and are very conspicuous and awkward as you're like looking over people's shoulders. And every new person whose shoulder you look over into their newspaper is a little bit more bothered until they all start to feel suspicious that you're acting weird again. You don't see any pennies.
I get up, I say to everyone at the table, oh, this is running right through me. I gotta go to the bathroom. But I go up to the waiter's stand, I ask for a newspaper, and I go, oh, do you have a pen I could borrow, please? And maybe some tape. And so they, do they have those? Can I?
The waitress at the stand listens to your concern and hands you a newspaper and a pen and some tape.
And I say, thank you so much. By the way, I'm Markiplier. If you want a photo, you don't need to be weird about it at all. You can ask. I'll get it to you. All right, cool. I'll leave a big tip. All right, and then I walk away.
He's not been recognized in Bob's subconscious enough. Yep. Forget the penny. I need someone to want a photo with me.
She seems unimpressed, but as you turn to walk away, you notice that she's pulled her phone out and is Googling Markiplier, but spelling it wrong. Can't figure out who you are.
So I take that and I write the following that I'm messaging you on it. I walk back to the table, but I take the long way around behind both of you guys. And I go, ah.
And you hand a piece of paper on it to me that says that.
No, it's tape too. You know.
Oh, okay. You on Wade's back.
Yeah. And he doesn't notice.
On my turn, I noticed. No.
All right, that all happens. I'll allow it. We are looking for pennies, but whatever.
we decided we're trying to break your brain instead, I think.
Wade, everyone's suspicion of you starts to gradually increase no matter what's happening. You just sort of get a sense that everyone is becoming slowly more concerned about you specifically.
Oh, man, if I'm going to go down, Mark's going down with me. I'm going to grab Mark, stand up, and yell to the world, we are dating now! He said yes!
Do you think his subconscious is like super homophobic or something? Like, that can't be real. That can't be real. No.
I just want you to go. I just want you to be noticed with me. But while...
Do you want to look for anything while you're doing this? Or
yes, that's what I was going to add.
Okay.
While all of the eyes are turning to me, I'm going to push Mark in front of me and look him up and down and see if there's a penny on him somewhere.
Turn me upside down and shake me like this.
We're dating now.
You are standing up now, and you pick him up like a little child and shake him and see. No pennies fall out of Mark. Just a bunch of other random shit falls out of his pockets and things, but no pennies, nothing interesting. And everyone in the surrounding area has once again stopped and locked on to you, and currently seems like they're about to charge.
You mean Mark?
No, I mean you, Wade.
I'm holding them. We're going down together.
I mean, they're looking at both of you, but they're looking at the guy shaking the other human upside down.
I'm upside down, but I'm kind of in the air, right? So I've got a higher perspective than I did before. I glance to where I hid mine, looking, and then I glance to, equivalent places to see some things, if I see anything.
God damn it. Mark is sort of dangling when he's looking, and it turns out in dreams, French coffee is not so dark as it is in real life.
No.
Mark looks into all three of our coffee cups on the table and notices 2 pennies in Wade's cup and 1 penny in my cup on the table.
I was gonna look soon, but I was like, I can't look just in case. I can't give it away. God damn it.
So what Mark sent me was, I put my penny at the bottom of Wade's cup. And what Wade sent me was, I put my penny in my coffee. I won't drink that anyway. And what I wrote down on my script is, I dropped my penny into my coffee.
This whole time, all I was like is, well, I can't look at the coffee cups.
Yeah, I also was like, I took a sip of it being like, I'll just be casual, he'll never think.
You're the only one who could.
Yours was the only one. If you had taken a sip of it, either of the other ones, I would have been like, oh, it tastes like copper. Whoa.
God damn. Well, I know mine would because I put my penny there.
All right, while Mark is being dangled upside down like a little child, he just casually reaches out and yoink, and Mark now possesses all 3 pennies, which means that Wade doesn't even get another turn to find his penny because Mark already has it.
I fucking cleared 100%, baby.
I didn't find a single penny today.
You were so close, Wade.
God, I'm secretly suspicious of something.
Mark, if I win this, you have more grounds for a coin flip than I've ever had in my life.
All right, I'll read you what you got points for. Wade, you got points for quite the buzz. Shia LaBeouf, pretty cold in here, boss. Went over Mark's head. Bare arms and me not real. And that's it.
That was it.
Mark, you got points for sound mixing theater, sick grok burn, the same Bose speakers. You found the butt penny. You found Bob's huge penny. Hinge penny. You found the squirrel nest penny that was both mine and Wade's, and you found all 3 pennies, including Bob's coffee penny. The Bob's penny finds broke down like this for you, Mark. I flipped heads or tails, and heads made my penny worth an extra half point, and tails made my penny worth a half point less. So it was not that dramatic, but you got plus half point for the hinge penny, minus half a point for the squirrel, minus half a point for the coffee penny. So it didn't really go your way, but you still got points for those. You just only got half a point. But
that's fair. I get that. Okay, I get you.
That leaves Wade with a total of 6 points and Mark with a total of 8.5 points.
I'm not as far behind as I should have been.
I thought that would have been a much bigger discrepancy there. I felt
you even found your own penny last time.
I'm sorry. Mark has not 10.5 points.
Okay, there we go.
I didn't write down the last couple.
Oh, but does he?
Well, you have to say the word.
Unfair.
But you're calling it.
I'm calling it. I want this to be in my hands. My luck's way better than his.
Okay.
All right. We'll decide what happens if we have to. Mark has declared unfair. I hope we don't have to figure out what the fuck this means.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I think we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Tails.
Heads.
Heads.
Well, my tail spoiled it for everybody.
I think 3 heads would have favored Mark because he called it. So
Really glad we didn't just have to figure that out. Oh my god.
I'm really banking on some crazy shit on this wheel to happen today.
All right, well, let's spin another 3 so something fun happens, shall we?
Oh, God, if Golf Wheels comes in after this.
I know. What an episode for. Come on.
Hey!
All right, it's 3 bonus spins again.
All right.
Oh, I didn't actually pick what I want to add to the wheel yet. I'm gonna put only wrong answers. So if there's if the game involves anything where you can either be correct or incorrect, or like find the penny or fail to find the penny, if you don't get any of those things, you get a point for sucking so much.
That favors me today. I just need that to land 5 times and I got this.
And shirt closest to background.
Fuck off. All right, it's Wade's. We're in the same shirts.
It's the same shirts. So Wade,
I don't see that from the last time. Where's the last rolls?
shirt closest to background. We had a lot of re-rolls. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah. I completely forgot. Man, we've been here a long time today.
All right.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
Well,
This is ridiculous.
I'm only down by what, 2.5 points now?
Yep. Mark currently sitting at math. Wait a second. 10.5, and Wade is currently at 8.
Well, Mark, don't get too comfortable.
All right. I won't. I'm not very comfortable. Oh. All right. That got to be me. I didn't have a single tab open.
Mark was so locked in.
Yeah.
That poor bunny dad died for nothing.
It's nature.
That makes the final score Mark with 11.5 and Wade with 8. I think you gotta be pretty happy with how close that loss is after not finding a single penny anywhere the entire time, including one that was basically dangling in front of your face in one of the.
Can I lose your speech first to talk about that?
Oh, go for it.
There's no excuse. I really dropped the ball today. I was so concerned with what might lie underfoot, I never thought to look high. When I did, I looked too high. Sometimes you can't shoot for the stars or settle for the dirt, but you gotta find that contentment point right in the middle. I never looked there. I don't like coffee, didn't want to look at coffee, even though I had an inkling suspicion from the start that we all 3 chose the coffee mug. I couldn't look there just in case. But alas, here we are. Mark truly dominated today. He deserves this win. The coins themselves spoke. I've got nothing besides regret and failure to remember from this.
Mark, winner speech?
You know, every once in a while, just like in Uncut Gems, you have just a crazy game. I don't know what kind of gem I found, but it was awesome. I was unhinged, but locked in. And I think this is probably the first time where we ever had like a interception of the coin. And I think that honestly might have solidified it because the score was a lot closer than I thought. So if I had not done that and then some points got chucked the other way, it could have been anyone's game out there. So I think I was smart on my feet with this one. It was a risky play, but hey, at the end of the day, that's another dub. I'll take that.
If you put 2 L's together, you get a W.
Well, just keep racking up the L's, Wade. Eventually there'll be W's. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. Make sure you follow the podcast so you know when episodes come out. Yes, my point keeping this round was erratic and borderline psychotic. No, I don't care. Yes, I think we all know Mark won no matter what, so calm down. Follow us on socials, Lord Minion 777 or Minion 777 Mark Blyer. I am MySkerm. That's the end of this one, and Mark's going to host the next one because he is such a winner. So look forward to that, and we'll see you in that episode. Until then, podcast out.